Good morning, everyone. Um, Breaking news came in yesterday. Jamie Foxx family, they made a post, they went public and said that they're preparing for the worst. So it's my belief, after all the different reports we've been getting, Jamie's getting better, Jamie's getting out the hospital, all these different things and reports that's been coming out. But now, you know, unfortunately,
Are you ready to see your fixer-upper?
fortunately, Jamie, at this present time, I don't believe he's getting any better. I said Jamie Foxx was getting out the hospital. Salute to everybody. I said that Jamie was getting out the hospital because that's the report that I got. But they just said it on the Breakfast Club. If you guys go to the Breakfast Club, you can see it yourself. TMZ, every big platform right now said that Jamie Foxx family are preparing for the worst. And if you guys know what the worst is, pretty much Jamie Foxx is like on life support. You know what I'm saying? So I want everybody to make a prayer for Jamie Foxx. Jamie is a legend. This would be a very, 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 very huge loss in the entertainment world for his family. At this present time, I cannot make this up. I got a phone call yesterday from my mother's nursing facility. My mother, she has dementia. She's at her last stage of dementia. And my mother, hospice just came in and they put my mom put her down as transitioning. So at this moment, I'm actually going through the same thing far as a family member. I'm about to lose my mother. So this is really, really crazy. I was really praying. I was hoping. You know what I'm saying? Yes, the rumors about P. Diddy, I would troll the situation because it's still odd, about that whole P. Diddy thing. But this is not about P. Diddy. This is about Jamie Foxx right now, and this is about his family. You know what I'm saying? So prayers, hopefully, we never know. Jamie could pull through this. You know what I mean? He can pull through this, but I feel like all the prayer warriors, we got to be on our job. You know what I mean? I grew up watching Jamie Foxx as a kid. I've done comedy since I was 9 years old. 9 years old. My stepfather, him and his friends, they used to pay me $5 to do impressions. I used to do Jim Carrey. I used to do all kinds of different iconic people back then. And Jamie Foxx was one of my heroes and still is my comedic legend, my comedic hero. Those are people, he's one of the guys that I looked up to, my pioneer. You know what I'm saying? So this is definitely a hard one. We got so many different stories, guys. So I want the real story to be out. If you look on any platform, his family, his daughter, these are his siblings. And it's crazy because if you guys think back, Jamie Foxx lost his sister. And he loved his sister to pieces not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? So this is real. This ain't no bull crap. I was hoping that Jamie was getting better. I listened to the news. Yeah, I mean, think about how many different reports we've been getting. 1 minute he's getting better. Next minute he's getting out. Next minute, he supposed to have made a post. Y'all see that when he's supposed to have made a post on his page? That wasn't him. For his family to say we are preparing for the worst, then what do y'all think? What do y'all think? Bobby Christina, rest in peace, Bobby Christina. But when Bobby Christina was on life support, And Bobby Brown and their family had to sit there and make a decision. But there were days, weeks, even months. I think that young woman was in the hospital for quite some time. And, and then unfortunately, she passed. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be in the dark no more. I don't want to be in denial. You know what I mean? Thank you guys for all the prayers. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, today, literally, I'm on my way to another state to go see my mother. This is real life. And I know I said, I got to be strong. This was the moment I was waiting for. I was waiting for that phone call. I got that phone call yesterday, before Mother's Day. But my mom been sick. She's been sick for years. Like I said, she's at her last stage of dementia. So I watched my mom, literally, the person that I remember, my mother, I watched her leave, but her body is still there. You know what I'm saying? So I got to go do this today. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go live. At first, I didn't even think I would have enough strength to go live about this. But we got Jamie Foxx and my mother at the same time. And this is an iconic, I've looked up to Jamie, still do. You know what I'm talking about? So I can imagine how his family feel. Now it's at the point where it's like, oh, now I feel that pain now. That's why I said it ain't even about Diddy. I said, at first I'm not even on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. And then people was mad at me. Oh, you gave false reports. You said Jamie was getting out the hospital. Da-da-da. That's what I thought. I'm looking at the same reports that you guys are looking at. People sending me stuff in my Instagram, telling me Jamie's getting better and stuff like that. Ever since I started reporting on the Diddy situation, people send me stuff. Like, hey, he out the hospital. Hey, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But when I saw it on the news the day before yesterday, I assumed, they said, look, Jamie Foxx is doing much better. What they say, but we don't want to let him out fully until we know he's fully recovered. They don't want to let him out and then he pass or anything, and he was at the hospital, because that's going to be on them for letting him leave. But now that his family just came out, like I said, y'all can go on the Breakfast Club. I'm sure TMZ made a report. I've been seeing them all night. But I knew the situation that I found out yesterday. You know what I'm saying? When I got the call from hospice with my mother. You know what I'm saying? So I knew that I had to prepare to get up, to strengthen up. And this is why I stopped drinking almost 8 months. You know what I'm saying? And I said to myself, wow, this is what God was strengthening me for. Because alcohol was a demon for me. You know what I mean? All that was doing was anything great in my life, alcohol was tarnishing it, was destroying it. You know what I mean? But for some reason, I started strengthening it. You know what I mean? And I didn't do it with help. And that's nothing against somebody who has an addiction to something and you need to get help. I actually did it cold turkey. And my mom used to tell me in my 20s, I used to say, well, Mom, how do you think I can stop drinking? She used to say to me, just don't do it. And I never understood it when she said, just don't do it. I'm like, what do you mean, just don't do it? And when I stopped doing it, I realized, like, wow, in order for me not to drink, just don't do it. Don't pick it up. Don't touch it. So, and I'm going to always keep that with her. And I used to drink when I would be under circumstances like this, to try to block out the pain, to try to block out depression, anxiety, or anything I was going through in life. Especially being an entertainer, my job is to make other people happy. Even if I'm feeling down, I can't show y'all that. You know what I mean? But right now, I'm giving you the realness. This ain't about me, though. This is about Jamie. What I got to do with my mom, I'm going to do that. But I knew that with my mom. I knew she was sick. My mom is only 64 years old. She just turned 64 February 28th. You know what I mean? She's young. But I knew she had all these other health issues, diabetes, all kinds of shit. Then when they came up with the cancer, all that type of shit, and then the dementia, I knew I was going to be at this place, but I had to be strong enough to be able to deal with it when it came. You know what I mean? But Jamie, I'm praying for you. I'm not gonna stop praying for you. You know what I'm talking about? Even in the afterlife, I'm still gonna pray for you. You know what I mean? Jamie Foxx is an iconic legend, man. Like, that's not just, you know, losing anybody, you know what I mean, to me, like somebody loves somebody. I don't give a fuck. You can be a serial killer. You know that the parents still love that motherfucker? Jeffrey Dahmer, mom and dad loved him to the death, even with the terrible things he done. So somebody still loves somebody. Somebody still loves you. You know what I mean? So, man, when they came out with that shit last night, I was like, wow. So Jamie Foxx that's life support. If they're having to sit down and prepare for the worst, I've seen this movie before. I've seen this movie in real life, in my personal life, when you're preparing for something like this. You know what I'm saying? So I want everybody else to be prepared. You know what I mean? That's why I said I'm not even talking about the Diddy shit. If Diddy have anything to do with anything, his karma would come. If that's really, really a true story. You know what I mean? But what's more important to me is coming up here, letting y'all know the live late breaking news, which is breaking news. Like I said, if you search The Breakfast Club, you'll hear Charlamagne the God. You'll hear Envy. You'll hear DJ Envy. You'll hear TMZ, anywhere. You know what I mean? His family came out and said that we are preparing for the worst. Okay? That's life support to me. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, and when you prepare for that, you know, I had that situation with my grandma where we had to make a decision and prepare for the worst. We had to, you know, pull the plug eventually. You know what I mean? That was the decision that we had to make, and we couldn't be selfish because a lot of people will be selfish when we got to let somebody go. But just like with my mom, I can't be selfish. I want her to be in a better place. I've watched her suffer. Like I said, I watched my mother leave already. Who she was with the dementia shit. I watched all the fucking stages. So I've been preparing for this shit for years. And now it's time. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, Jamie, I'm going to keep praying for you, and my prayers for your family. Because he can pull through. My mom is too late. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's on the breathing machine right now. I'm going to go look at her after this. It's going to take me about 2.5 hours to get there, but I'm going to have to see her. I already know what they described of what I'm going to see, but I'm going to see it for myself. You know what I'm saying? So I know that shit is real tough for his family right now. You know what I'm saying? And but I know one thing. If they have to make that decision, pull the plug, or it's time for God to come get him, he leaving a hell of a goddamn legacy behind. Like, he's leaving with his stamp imprinted in the sand and in all our hearts. You know what I mean? You did great in life. You know what I mean? You helped create people like me and all other people that want to be entertainers and, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Leadership. Not being a follower, showing, wow, I can do this. I can create characters. Jamie Foxx taught me, him and a lot of other great comedians, because I come from that era. I come from the before Def Jam and all of that stuff like that. Y'all just didn't see me because I grew up in a community where we didn't have a lot of opportunities. Most of my friends was going to prison and shit like that. And I was following right behind them, and I did time in the penitentiary. It's not about the setback, it's about the get back. I'm not ashamed to say where I've been, because it's where I'm trying to go. I actually used that, and that strengthened me. Even when I was in prison, I asked God, like, why am I here? Like, what is this part, what chapter of this in my life? And I found out years later why. That's why I'm strong as I am as a human being. I'm glad I got to see the other side, the penitentiary. Being in a cell with grown men, smelling grown men fart, hearing grown men moan late at night. That let me know where I don't want to be. And that let me know that nobody can tell me, oh, jail is cool. Oh, man, this is some cool shit. No, I got to see. That's a goddamn lie. And if you young people out there watching, Don't follow the motherfucker. Follow, if you want to follow anybody, follow somebody that's going to lead you the right way. You know what I mean? Anyway, like I said, Jamie Foxx family is preparing for the worst. Okay, that's just what it is. You know, you could go look at it and see it anywhere. You know, we're going to continue to pray for you, Jamie. You know what I'm saying? I love you. The world love you. You know what I mean? Prayers to you and your family and everything. So let's just all get prepared along with the family. But let's just hope that he pull through. You know what I mean? And hopefully I'll be back live with y'all soon. But I don't know how I'm going to be. I may be off of this for a little bit, you know what I'm saying, to deal with what I got going on. But I wanted to get this message out. Prayers out to Jamie and his family. And that's the update, guys. And bless all of y'all.